Hey, one.
Hi.
Hey, good. Hey, sorry, I was jumping between the meetings and it was a bit confused about this link.
Okay.
Great. I think just can you please let how, in what level of expectation you're expecting from the Tableau? Maybe from there, if I know the expectation, it will be a we can start with what's based on your expectation.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know much about Tableau,
Mm-hmm.
but in my resume, like they mentioned, like in my current project, I'm working for Tableau. So
Okay.
I got a call from the vendor, and they are asking me like upon what basis you worked on Tableau, and
Mm-hmm.
we need a brief explanation about it.
Okay.
I said them like we will connect once again for that, so that I can
Okay.
explain you guys. So for that
Okay.
reason, they arranged you.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't know anything about Tableau. Can you give brief explanation about it at least, so that
Sure, sure.
I can
Yes.
know a little? Yeah.
Okay, great. So what is Tableau is like, the Tableau is kind of a business intelligence tool. Okay. They call us like BI tools. Okay. And, you might hear about the word called, the buzzwords called Tableau, Power BI, and, some
Yes.
new tools called Lucas and everything, right? This all comes under
Yeah.
as a one single bucket. Okay. So the single
Oh,
bucket
okay.
is like that bucket is named as business intelligence tool. Okay. And Tableau it's bought by Salesforce. Basically the Tableau comes under Salesforce right now. The Tableau, when initially it started, it's a different company, but recently Salesforce has acquired a Tableau, and Tableau is a product of Salesforce right now. Okay. And as I
Okay.
said, it's all comes under a single bucket, Tableau, Power BI, and everything. Right? How we are using
Mm-hmm.
our, we have for mail, we have like a Gmail, we have Outlook, and we have few others, Yahoo Mail, and everything, right? At the end
Yeah.
goal is we are sending a mail, but we have a different competitors or having their own products, like that. When you see, it's we have a business intelligence tools. Salesforce have Tableau, and Power BI is from the Microsoft product, and Looker is a Google product. This is like different categories of products. That's called BI tools. Okay. And what is this BI tools is mainly useful. Mainly the BI tools will be useful for do your data analysis. Okay. And see, it's when you're talking about the data analysis, when go for like any companies, they'll have now all the companies are moving to data driven approach right now. So all the companies are expecting these all the tools to be a part of their company. That's why you might see it's a lot of places. If you see the job description and everything, they might see it's you want to know ETL, you want to know the Tableau or Power BI, and this is all some of the words you might be here when you go through this all the job description, right? So what that
Yeah.
exactly this Tableau is doing is the Tableau and Power BI is doing the same thing as I said before, and it's mainly used for a data analysis. And the data analysis is on mostly we'll concentrate more into a descriptive analytics. Okay. The descriptive analytics is I'm just using like a new word of descriptive analytics. I'll tell you what is it descriptive analytics will do. Descriptive analytics is like a simple, like you have a set of data, we'll take like a movie. Okay. We have a set
Yeah.
of data, movies data, we have it. And I'm telling you can you tell me how many movies are in the data set? Okay. And how many movies are watched by more people? Okay. And how many movies are watched by the gender biases, gender based, the male or female, how the movies was rated. Basically, these are all the questions, right? Whatever the ask is the questions. Okay. Like to answer for this questions. Okay. So that is called descriptive analytics. Like we have a data, and based on the data we are answering this question. Correct. So we have a data in our hand, and we are answering for this question. This is called descriptive analytics. Basically, that's what the Tableau, Power BI, and whatever the tools, BI tools currently we have, we are using to show this information in a visualized format, or in a very good visualization one. Okay. This is the I'm just telling in the overall on top view how you can visualize the things. Okay. So and like as I tell is Tableau is a data visualization tool, and they call us business intelligence. Because of this, we are able to that mean not only data visualization is like, just putting like a bar chart or pie chart. Not only that, right? We are doing like analytics on descriptive analytics, right? That's why they call it like, it's a business intelligence tool. Okay. um, and other one is like, when we talk about like, the BA tools, so we see is like, the Tableau is like, one of the major people will be used in the market, in most of the organizations. Okay, so that's and I'm just giving you like the overall view of how this is Tableau is, how the business intelligence is formed in a way. Okay. And let's say it's like, as I mentioned, like in the descriptive analytics, like, when we talk about like, little bit go into a technical. Okay, until now, do you have any doubt?
No, I'm good now till now.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Let's go like, little bit into more into a little bit technical aspects. Okay. So
Mhm.
how this in the real world or the real world organization is using these tools. Okay. So let's see. We are working for a company, and the company will have sales data, right? When talk about like in a product, scenarios, they are selling like a lot of products, and all the products data or all the selling data will be stored in a one database, right? And hope you know about the databases, right? How this is database, and what. Okay, great. And let's say it's like all the data are sitting in the database, right? And everything is like, either structured or unstructured, right? And we'll take like, an example, it's a structured database. Like, you would have some rdbms databases you have, and that is a structured. And you have like a sales, like for example, like today you'll go and buy something, tomorrow I'll go and buy something, all the orders which will be categorized and it will be put into the database, right? Now, if any of a business stakeholders like your CEOs or your company organizations, they want to see how much sales happened in overall, and how much sales happened in particular region, and how much sales happened in particular city. Okay. And think in a way like, they don't have think in a way like they don't have any business intelligence tools, they have only the database, right? What these people usually do, they will, they download the data in Excel sheet, right? And they will do all this math and all this formula, and they'll put and segregate what is sales for overall sales, and what is for the region, and what is for city, right? It takes quite a lot of time to implement that work, correct? Because they need to download that Excel and put it right. And every time what's problem is like, and all the data are dynamic, see, it's like today you'll buy, a lot of people are buying on like in every minute, or every 2 minutes the people are buying it, like all the orders are coming in. And when you use like, this database and Excel sheet, there is a gap, because we will always extract the data from the database and to the Excel, and you do your math and you'll show to your CEO saying it's like, this many sales. And before you telling that, we might get like new like 100 orders, we might get it in the database, right? Now the CEOs and all the, the big business people, they want to see the data in a dynamic way. So that's where like, business intelligence will comes to is to the system in the organization, and it will help like, because the BA tools will directly connect to the database. Okay. And based on the need and whatever the question we ask, right, and whatever the question we are trying to answer, for like, I want to see the sales for the overall sales, I want to see the sales for the particular region, I want to see the sales for the particular city. And we can design a dashboard, and then let the CEO use the dashboard, and he'll get the live updates of the data, right? And we can go for like, the CEO doesn't want to like, create an Excel and do a lot of steps to understand how my company is performing, and how my region is performing, and how this individual state is performing. And this way, this will help the business intelligence tools will help the company to move fast and to take a decision fast, right? So that's the help of this tool in was used in this organization, so that they can take like a much very good decisions. Because sometimes like, what happens is like, when you're launching a new product. Okay. And you might launch in the global, like, you might launch in Europe, or you might launch in Asia Pacific, and you might launch in North America. But the product will be good in sales in Europe, and but the product will not go in a APAC region, basically the Asia Pacific region. So what, all the datas will tell the CEO saying is like, see, your product is good in Europe, but your product is not going in APAC region. So that this will take that CEO to take the decision quickly, to what to improve the sales in APAC region. Okay, so he can take the decision. He can assign like for the marketing team and sales team to improve on it, and based on that, this will that this data will help them to improve their profit on their company aspects. Okay, this is how this usability of BI tools in the real-time organizations one. Okay, until then, you have any doubt?
No, I'm good.
Perfect. Let's go to more into a Tableau. Okay. On like what this Tableau aspects, what Tableau is there, what are the what are the Tableau components is there, and what it usually do of it. Okay. And see, it's like Tableau. The Tableau have from the technical aspects, the Tableau have certain the Tableau is like Tableau desktop. Okay, the Tableau have certain tools, basically they call us like Tableau shoots. Okay, the Tableau shoots consists of like some of these features. Okay, it's have like
Mhm.
they call us like the Tableau public. Okay, and Tableau desktop. Okay, and Tableau server and Tableau online. Okay, this four of like for the major tools like comes under Tableau suites. Okay, so what is like if you see the Tableau public and Tableau desktop and Tableau service, basically the Tableau server and Tableau online. Okay, basically the Tableau online is recently they have changed the name from Tableau online to Tableau Cloud. Okay, I see it's like this
Tableau
two
Cloud?
is Tableau online to Tableau Cloud. Okay,
Cloud.
because
Okay.
yes, yeah, because these people are like moving everywhere to the cloud, right? So they want to keep the some name to catchy name
Mhm.
to the users. Okay,
Mhm.
so they have
Okay.
done is like Tableau online to the Tableau Cloud. Okay, let's see.
Mhm.
This two Tableau Cloud and the Tableau servers are like friends. Okay, it's like
Mhm.
two groups. Okay, and Tableau public and Tableau desktop are friends. Okay, because
Mhm.
why I'm telling is friends, these two are do the same jobs. Okay, the Tableau online, basically the Tableau Cloud and Tableau Server will do the same job, and Tableau Public and Tableau Desktop will do the same job. Okay, but due to it's like as we are like friends, but everyone will have their own features and own characteristics, right? So let comes to this point. Okay, let's see. It's like when we talk about like Tableau Desktop and Tableau Public, the Tableau as like they both are friends. The Tableau Public is a free version. Okay, and you cannot able to connect multiple data sources to the system. Okay, when you use Tableau Public. Okay, so they have launched the Tableau Public to for the users, just for your for college buddies or like for the school students to understand how this Tableau is working and everything. And that's why they have given like only less minimum feasibilities, like features for the Tableau Public. It can able to connect only to the CSV files, basically the only the text files, right? And the Tableau the Tableau Public will not connect to the databases, like you might see it's like MySQL servers, Oracle databases, right? These are like different databases that are available, right? So that databases, the Tableau Public will not connect. Okay, but the Tableau Desktop, it's a paid one, it's a licensed
It's
version.
like a basic
Okay.
version you are telling?
Yes, the Tableau Public is a very basic version. Yes, now you can
Okay.
also download it. Like without license, you can download and you can use it. But as I said,
Okay.
like they're telling it's a basic version, but the features of all the Tableau, like if you want to design a dashboard, and all the features will be available still. But only thing is like connectivity will not be available. You can only to the connecting between the datas, that will not be available. But you can consider as a very basic, the features of Tableau, Tableau basic. Okay, that's one. Tableau Desktop is, as I told, is a licensed, and you can use all the features and whatever the Tableau is providing. That's called Tableau Desktop. Okay, and I'm telling like this two the friends, right? Why I'm telling these two is friends. These two are friends. As I mentioned, like depends on like if you want a Tableau basic, you can use this Tableau Public, and if you want a Tableau Desktop for your real time, when you go into the organization, they will use only the Tableau Desktop, because they might want to connect to the lot of different databases to do your data analysis. Okay, so that's where like the Tableau Desktop they'll use, and it's a license version. It's a per user license. Okay, for using this Tableau Desktop. Um, and the license cost, it's varying between different organizations, but it's commonly it's like $70 per users. okay, for a year. Okay, that's a cost for this like individual users for your Tableau desktop. Okay, as I said, like you can use all these features. And can you like this Tableau desktop and Tableau, this one, right, Tableau public, right, this is used by the developers. Okay, because as I meant,
Developers.
like developers, because these two tools, like as I said, like these two tools will do the same thing. Big only thing is
Mm.
like when you talk about the tablet desktop is used by like most of all the organizations will use the tablet desktop, and it's used by the developers. Why I'm telling it's a developer, you know when you know about like SQL databases, and you come up with like writing queries, right? Writing a queries and see is like how this is executing the query and everything, and after you deploy to the system, correct? Usually you'll go and develop something first, right? Like this,
Yeah.
the tablet desktop is the one will provide you an feasibility or like a features to develop your dashboards. Okay, and that's called, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like this is a developer tool, right? Let me share, I can share my screen, right? Yes, let me share my screen. If I go fast, let me know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me come from the first screen. Okay. So whatever I'm showing is like let me give me a minute. Let it open. Okay. Let's see. When it comes to this, this is your first screen when you open this one. This is a Tableau desktop. Okay.
Okay.
What I'm showing is a Tableau desktop to you. Okay, the Tableau
Mhm.
desktop, current version, whatever the version I'm using is, if you want to see the version, you can come here and see. I'm using is 2021.3. Okay, and still see, you can see this latest version is 2022.3. This is the latest version. Okay, which is available now.
Mm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and this version is came around November, and before 2022.2 was there. Okay, usually it will
Mhm.
be Dragon. Okay, but in
Okay.
all the
Mm.
organizations we usually go for a stable version. Okay, but if they ask question is like, oh, do you know like what version of Tableau you are using? You
Yeah,
can
that's
tell
what she
like
asked me yesterday.
2020. Exactly, so you can tell like
Yeah.
2021.3
Mm-hmm.
or point 0.4
Okay.
and all. That's how this version will be there. I'll give you like how this version is defined. This two, right, the
Mm.
first 2021.3, right, basically this 2021 is
Mm.
the year when this
Yeah.
version is
Okay.
came. Okay, and this three
Okay.
is like the gradual features. Okay, that's called
Graduate
this
features.
gradual features is gives. Yeah, it will be comes as
Mm.
2021.1, 2021.2, 2021.3, 2021.4, like that it will go off. Okay, and the gradual
Okay.
features, and there is no
Mm.
end for these features. And this point next level is coming, right? This is bugs. Now in this feature
Okay.
they might be fixed a lot of bugs, right? And they'll release a small bugs. Okay, small
Mm-hmm.
features to solve the bugs, and that is considered
Okay.
like this point next to level. But whenever anyone ask a question saying like what version of using, you can tell only these two informations, either 2021.3 and 2021.4, or like that. You can see that one. Okay, that's a one. And usually when you're going like go for any interest, usually they'll ask, do you know about what is the latest feature of Tableau? Okay, go and read this 2021.3. Let me share the link to you to read this, where this Tableau features are available. Okay, so that you can read before going to the interview. This will be like a common question everywhere they'll ask. Okay, so
Yeah,
they'll
that's
always
what the
ask
main
like
question she asked yesterday.
yeah, this is like quite a
Mm.
common question they'll ask.
Mm.
Let me put the link here so that it will be useful. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a link. Okay, to see the product features. Okay, and this link will lead to this page. Okay, this is the features of, you can see Tableau 2022.3. And I'm just telling you like don't go in depth and see is like what's going to be like. You might be going confused because we are pretty new to Tableau, right? Okay, but
Yeah.
yeah, so it will be like very this one, but choosy, like just we are preparing for the interview, so go for like very choosy options. Okay, like
Okay.
whatever like you can put like in a way like very choosy options, like what's the difference between this and what is the difference between this one. Okay, so very choosy option chooses, like if you see come here, if you select Tableau desktop, you can see what is this feature compared in 2022.3. Okay, and what it actually do it. Okay, so no, just read like just take like something like the copy dimension as a measure. Okay, and what it can do is like you can drag and drop. I'll give you like just one or two options. You can just remind, keep in mind, so that whenever they ask, you can use this. Okay, fundamentally they'll ask what difference you are not seeing in in current version, and what is the new version have it. Okay, and think like this too, you can keep it for the interview. Okay, I'll tell you what is this too.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for like copy dimension as measure. I'll show you like how this, what is dimension measure and how this is varying and everything. Okay, and this SharePoint list, tell saying is like in the latest version, whatever the version we have, we don't have the SharePoint list connector. Okay, SharePoint have a list, we
Okay.
don't have a SharePoint list connector. And just tell saying is like in the newest version of 2022.3, they have a SharePoint list connector, but now currently in this version we don't have it. We have a SharePoint connector, we don't have a SharePoint list connector. Okay,
Okay.
so that's a one you can show. You can take this one, this copy dimension is one, and what version you are using. Tell saying is like 2021.3. You can read that feature also. And other question is like they might ask a question is like why you didn't use 2022.2, because still it's like the latest feature might have come. You need to put the answer in a way saying is like tell saying is like our organization is always go with the stable version, and we will not go with when the new upgrade comes in, because they might have like a lot of bugs and a lot of features which WS team is doing. So we have a
Mhm.
certain we have a certain principle for upgrading this one. Okay, so as per
It's
our company organization, we'll go for 2021. Yeah, go for it.
yeah, it's like they want the resource mainly on the Tableau. That's what she
uh,
was wanted to ask the questions. Like what the basic questions she'll ask normally. Like it's a basic interview, it's not a screening call.
Okay, it's a very basic interview. It's
Yeah.
in basic interview, they'll ask
Yeah.
like, what is the version of Tableau you're using? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
what is like, you are a Tableau developer or you are a Tableau server admin? Okay, and
Okay.
this role is mainly for a business analyst role, right? That's whatever you're
Yeah.
applying for. And go
Mm-hmm.
for like Tableau developer. Tableau developer,
Tableau.
just mention like you are a Tableau developer and you're working like a few of the projects. Okay, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why they she'll be asked that questions. And they might ask a question saying is like how many dashboards you might be created. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
how many
It's like
dashboards means.
any
Yeah,
how
sure.
many I can tell like
How many years of experience you have?
actually they created it's like 7 years of experience. But I'm new to this field. I don't know
Okay,
much about it.
okay.
Mm.
And in your resume you put like you worked on Tableau, right? Do you know how many years you
Yes.
have put it on it?
They didn't mention that way, but they
Oh,
just
okay.
said like it's overall experience 7 years.
So 7 years
In
overall
the
experience
current
is
in the current project, they mentioned Tableau.
oh, okay. In
Maybe
the
it's
current
like
project.
1.5. Yeah, current
Okay,
project.
if it's a 1.5 tells thing, it's like in current project, you have like 20 dashboards
Okay.
for product. Okay, so make like
Yeah.
around 20. Okay, so I'll
That's
tell
what
you like
she asked me.
what.
Like, you guys create a dashboard, right? Like,
Yeah.
what version you used for Tableau?
So,
Hmm. Yeah, now I
no,
got it.
oh, you got it. Okay,
2021
perfect.
point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the version is 2021, and you can tell like how many dashboards you created. Put like around 20 to 25 dashboards. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's why like you
Okay.
can put on it like. And other question they might ask in a way like what are the different charts you have used in the Tableau. Okay, and
Uh,
these are all like different charts you can put. That's just for your understanding, I'll tell you. Okay, and where is
mm-hmm.
this screen? Let me show this screen to you. Okay, you able to see my screen? Oh, come on.
Yes.
Back and okay, let me close this. Okay. to see if they ask a question like, what are the different charts you have used, put like, you're used, these are the different charts are available in a Tableau. Okay. And you can say like, if you chart like, you used a you used a bar chart and used, line chart, and you used, area chart, and used pie chart, and used donut chart. Okay.
Can you tell the names once?
Okay, bar chart,
Bar chart,
line chart,
line chart.
yeah, and donut
Okay.
chart,
Domain,
a donut,
doublet. Okay.
yeah, donut chart, and pie chart. Pie chart it works.
Pie chart.
Okay, pie chart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can mention, I don't want to, create a new names, that will confuse you while you're in interviews, because pretty new, right? I'm just giving like a very basic information to you. Okay. But if you're able to grab anything new, take like, you have used heat map and tree map. I'm just giving an optional for you. Okay.
Okay.
If you remind while you're doing it, like use this name, heat map and tree map.
Can you tell once again?
Heat map,
Heat map. Okay.
yeah, and tree map.
Yeah. I can't hear your voice properly.
Is it tree map?
Tree map. Gotcha.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Heat map and tree map. These are all the different charts you are used for your dashboards. And tail saying is like,
Okay.
that depends on the requirements. We'll change the, different chart types. Okay. But before
Okay.
going to the interview, just go through this. Whatever the chart types I told, right? Just go through this
Yeah.
and see it's like what it's for what. Okay. So that it will
Mm.
help you. Okay.
Okay.
That's a one. Okay. And
Mm.
maybe, for a few things I can tell, like, for a bar chart, it can be used for category west sales. Okay. For example, you have like, you're buying a product. Okay. And you want
Mm-hmm.
to see for each and every product, you want to see like how many sales. Okay. So that
Okay.
will give
Yeah.
you like, that bar will give like, that information, right? That's called like, you can use bar chart. Okay. So
Okay.
bar chart, you can use it for a one dimension and a one measure. Basically, the dimension, whatever okay, they might ask a question is like, what is the dimension measure? Okay.
Mm.
And this is a one important question. They'll ask it. So dimension is nothing but all the string values, right? Category, order IDs, order details, product name, customer name. These are all the dimensions.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. And what are the measures is like sales, profit, discount, all the measures. Okay.
Those also comes under bar chart.
No, basically, bar chart is kind of like, no, they basically, yes, if you want to create a bar chart, you need your x-axis and you need your y-axis, right? And your
Mm-hmm.
x-axis will be your dimension, and y-axis will be
Okay.
your measure.
Measures.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So if you see like, for example, if I take like, category, this is a category, and you want to show the sales, if you put like sales, and if you like, see, and if you want, see, so this is a category,
Okay.
right? This is like furniture,
Yeah.
office, and
Gotcha.
technology. So, and if you see the
Mm-hmm.
sum of sales, you can see it, right? It will be easy for to see like, the sales. Okay. And we can easily find like, which is giving more sales to the company. You can see the technology is the one which is more giving to the company. All right. So this is
Yeah.
the one. You can able to identify. This is for the bar chart. Might be they might ask like, two questions when you talk about dimensions. All the dates,
Mm-hmm.
like, order date, shipment date will be there. See, for example, if you're buying a product today, you'll have a order date will be captured, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All the dates will be comes under dimension. Okay. Sometimes interviewer might confuse you asking like, how the dates is a measure or dimension. Okay. Dates is a
Okay.
dimension. Okay.
Gotcha.
So keep in
Gotcha.
mind. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's one for the dates. And as I said, like, the dimensions is like, and in Tableau perspective, all the dimensions will be colored in blue color. And you can see the ABC and everything, all the dimensions will be colored in a blue color. Okay. It will be
Oh.
the blue
Okay.
icon. Okay. And all the
Mm-hmm.
measures will be colored in a green color.
Okay.
Okay. This is like, few basic questions what I'm telling it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as I mentioned, like, go through this, like what is bar chart and line chart, whatever I told, the chart, I get hold of it, and it will help you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so to
Yeah,
understand
sure.
what is the purpose of using it. Okay,
Yeah.
because every chart has its own purpose. As I mentioned, like category and sum of sales, you can
Mm-hmm.
use bar chart. For the line chart, you'll always use for the time series data. Like instead of like category, if I go for order date, I know that's why like giving you more information. We can use bar chart, but still compared to this information like 2018, 2019, 2018, I feel like a line chart will be the best to for the users. Okay, so they can
Okay.
see the gradual sales between the different years.
Mm.
Okay, that's idea. Okay, but usually just read about it, like few informations.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sure.
And when it comes to the Tableau questions, they might ask you questions saying it's like mostly on the data sources level. Okay, as I see, they might ask questions like how much data you have used while you're creating your dashboards. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and how much they'll ask, like can you tell, like what is the project you have put it in your resume, Santa, so that I can tell
Bank of
about.
America.
Okay, back of Fabrica. So it's based
Yeah.
on uh,
That's what she
insurance
asked me.
or loans, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like they didn't mention it's like loan, but the
Okay.
basically Bank of America it's like loan, credit cards, those all things.
Okay, those are all things, right?
On
Okay.
and she was asking only on the current project basis because they included Tableau only in the current project.
Okay,
So
makes sense.
based on the
But
like bank, yeah, you can explain me a little bit.
okay, sure. But in the current project, what you have mentioned, what is your current project you have mentioned in your resume?
Bank of America.
Bank of America, right? And do you have the
Yes.
project details?
If you want, I can share my resume if you want to see.
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, I just want to
Yeah.
see so that I can guide that way, so that it will be easy for you, right? I don't
Yeah.
want to
Just
take
a
like
second.
other exam.
Just a second.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the one. Do you see it?
Yes, I'm able to. Yeah. Um,
They didn't mention any years or something, but they just included in the environment.
okay.
So and the current position they needed mainly on the Tableau.
Okay,
That's it.
perfect.
Even she's not from the Tableau knowledge, but she just need a basic knowledge from
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. Got it. Yes. Planning and successful extensive use Excel for data analysis, generating reports for the users. Okay, assist you conducting function.
She asked me here, they mentioned like extensively used Excel for data analysis and generating reports. So she asked me, you generate reports with Tableau, right? Upon what
Yeah,
basis you use? That's what she
got it.
started asking me.
Okay, okay, got it. Yes. Okay, so maybe like you mentioned, it's an Excel, right? So okay, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Okay, got it. So now you're able to see my screen. Okay. As I
yeah.
told,
You want me to?
there is.
I I can't see
Yeah.
your screen. You want me to
So
stop sharing?
yeah, yeah, sure, sure. You can stop sharing screen. Yeah. Okay, you able to see? Okay, you're not able to see my screen.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Now I can see.
Okay, perfect. And as you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned in the resume, you use Excel for creating a reports, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, like they might go for little bit extensive. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One when C is like okay, when connect to this server, right? You can see I'm in the W page. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
you can see these are all the options is available to connect to their data sources. Okay, So you can connect to the Excel, you can connect to the text file, you can connect to the JSON, and you can connect to various data sources. Here is there. Okay. And they might ask you questions like what the data of the Excel will contain. Okay. So think the data of the Excel content might be from the loan perspective. Okay. So they might have
Okay.
loan perspectives the or take like a loan perspective, because it's the Bank of America, right? They might be into a loan provisions and everything, right? And you
Yeah.
get you want to see is how many loans, how many users are using this loan, and how many users are how this loans will be separated between a different categories. Okay. And how this we are identifying like how many loans are approved on daily basis, and how many loans we are seeing it's coming back to the system, and sees like how many loans are closing on a per day basis. See, okay, these are all the
Mm-hmm.
informations. Okay. And how you calculate this, how you are doing this data, based on this you are using Tableau to do it, right? So you use this
Yeah.
Excel functionality. Okay. And you'll create a
Mm-hmm.
reports, right? But
Yeah.
normally they'll ask you'll create a report saying is how you can create your dashboards and how you want to put this one. Okay. So you should tell saying is if they
Mm-hmm.
ask any technical perspective, you'll connect your Excel sheet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is your right, you can go to data and connect to a
Mm-hmm.
file, and there will be option will be open. Okay. When you click
Mm-hmm.
Excel, there will be option of open, you can import that Excel sheet. Okay. And whatever the Excel sheet you
Okay.
have, you can import that Excel sheet as a data. Okay. And I
Okay.
just see something I can able to do it. I don't have a exact data, but I'm just showing something. Okay. So I can see few datas. I know it's there. After once you imported that Excel sheet, you'll get this data here. Okay, this is the one. It looks like the SQL. Okay. You can see what are the data you're able to see below this pane. Okay. And what the data are there
Mm-hmm.
and what you can do it. Okay. And they might ask you as I told, is um, how much data you might be getting on daily basis. Okay. And you telling saying is it's based on the requirement, but usually I'll get around of telling this is a Bank of America project. You'll get the data in Excel, right? You could have tell saying is I might get daily I'm getting 1 lakh records of data. Okay. Or 2 lakh records of data to get for your system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when get
Mm-hmm.
this all the records you'll be using, and as a, from the Excel perspective, and there will be two connections will be there. One is live and one is extract connections. Okay. And usually live is nothing but if you're connecting to any of your databases the MySQL server or RDBMS databases, live will make sense. Okay. Basically you can use any two connections, live or extract. But the advantage of live is whenever any data refresh in the database, you'll able to see it
It will
in
come
this live,
directly.
and it will come directly. Extract is a
Yeah.
kind of you'll extract now, and after that you need
Mm-hmm.
to schedule that extract on a
Okay.
certain time. Okay. And that time it will take that data and it will come and show it up. That's a two difference between this live and extract connections. Okay. But for the when you're looking for Excel, in Excel we usually go for extract, right? Or live, doesn't make
Yeah.
sense, because
Live doesn't
anyway
make
this is
sense.
a file. Yeah. So it's we can use extract, or we can use the live to do any works. Doesn't make sense anymore. Let's go to this sheet. And this is where the sheet, they always ask a question about this three information, what you have done
Mm-hmm.
it. Okay. As I told, dashboard is a
Mm-hmm.
terminology name, but you have the name as sheet, dashboard, and
Mm-hmm.
storyboard. These three are there in a Tableau. Okay.
A dashboard and
One is
storyboard. Okay.
sheet, three sheet, dashboard, and storyboard. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is
Gotcha.
sheet? Sheet is nothing but it's individual KPIs. We call as KPIs. Basically, whatever the bar chart I showed is it's a one KPI. Okay. KPI is key performance indicator. That's a one KPI. What is the name is used? Okay. So you can create the multiple sheets. Okay. Sheet one is for category best sales. Okay. Let's okay.
Mm-hmm.
This sheet does not have it, right. Let's go to this one. Oh, come on. This is a book. Oh, okay. Here is the. Okay. So what this happens, like, you can go and create a multiple sheets, like, if you want a category, best sales, okay. And if you want, you can create a bunch. And you can go for sheet 2, less like you want a customer name, okay, best sales, okay. So see, these are all like information is there, okay. I'll just put like, about, okay, this customer name, best name. So you can create a multiple sheets, like, this is category best sales, right? And this is like, customer best sales, okay. So this is a one KPI, okay. Whatever the sheet is a one KPI, okay. So you can create a multiple sheets for your KPIs, okay. And when it comes to this, dashboard, the dashboard is nothing but it's a combination of sheets. You can, to create your dashboard, you need a sheet, okay. So
Okay.
first you need to create a sheet, and after you can drag and drop, whatever that you need to create your dashboards,
Mm.
okay. So that's the difference, from the sheet and dashboard, okay. And it comes to this storyboard is nothing, it's kind of like, you used for a presentation, okay. Storyboard, you can use sheet and you can use the dashboard to show it for the users, okay. So you can see, you're able to see all the sheets, and you're able to see the dashboard also, right? And if you see, if you
Yeah.
want, you can drag and drop the sheet, and you can add a caption, like, something like, whatever you wanted, okay. And you can go to this next, you can add a blank, so that you can add a next dashboard, okay. So it's kind of like comes like a presentation mode, how you do it in PowerPoint, right? So you can add this as a storyboard, okay. So see, that's a sheet, dashboard, and storyboard, okay. You have any doubt?
No, it's good.
Okay, perfect. And these are all the informations will be there. Okay. And for your interview, as we talk about, like, three informations and how much the data will be there, and all these things. And as you mentioned, they are looking morely for a Tableau role, and they might ask a question is like, how you will, for example, like you are working with connecting with the data, and the data is huge, okay. And how you'll do your performance tuning, okay, and how you, like, improve the performance of the dashboard, okay. There is a certain, steps to improve the performance, okay. One saying is like,
Mhm.
tell saying is like, if your data is a huge, you will do all the aggregation in the SQL level itself, okay. Because see, Tableau will do the aggregation main is like, sum of sales and average. You can see like a lot of aggregation, right? Average, median, and count is a lot of measures will be there. But if you do all this measure in a Tableau, when you have a large data, that will impact the dashboard, okay. Because the dashboard time will take more to load the data and show to the user. So that's where like the performance impact will be there, okay. So tell saying is like, you'll handle all the aggregation in the SQL level, okay.
Mhm.
And and the next point is like, you will remove the unwanted sheets in this workbook, okay. Because in dashboard 3 you are used only these two sheets, right?
Yeah.
If you're like, if you're gonna develop only this dashboard, you're using only the sheet, only these two sheets, you can remove all the other sheets from this dashboard, okay. Because that will create your, it impact your performance, okay. And other things is like, for the measures and dimensions, like, what are the fields you're going to use only in the sheets, keep it one, you might have like a lot of columns here, what are the unwanted columns, you can remove it, you can hide that column, you can go and you can have an option to, like, delete, or like, you can do it, okay. This you can do it, just giving like an options, okay. And you can do that once. And this will mostly increase the performance, okay. And there is an option called context filter, okay, in
Mhm.
Tableau. I don't know whether you know the concept of index in SQL.
No, I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
No worries. Yeah, I know.
Mm.
The context and index filters will do the same thing. Nothing. It will do this like action is like, it has its own memory. They call it like cache memory. However, Google browser is doing like, when you load sometime at first time, it will take more time, and when you load the same URL the next time, it will be very fast. You might be noticed.
Okay.
Okay, when you're doing this Chrome, what this Chrome will do, first time when it load, it will cache the metadata and keep it. Okay, when you load the second time that URL, it will be very fast because that already that information will be available with this Chrome, and it will take that information from the cache, and after it will load in the background. Okay, so that what this index, even in the SQL, the indexes will do the same thing. And even Tableau, that name is context filter. Okay, basically they call it context filter. It will do the same thing. So what basically is do, when you're doing any filter, for example, I'm using category, office supplies and technology, and you want to give the users to the filter, saying is like, you want a category to the filter, and if you want to see the furniture and office supplies and technology, and if I make this filter as context, what it will do, whatever the filter I have done, keep that as an index. Okay, so to load it fast. Okay, so no, the Tableau knows is like, you have indexed this furniture, and whenever you open the Tableau dashboard, it will cache the data as internally and it will show up. That's what it will go in the background. Okay, but I'm just giving steps like, how to improve the performance. One, do an aggregation at the SQL level, and remove the unwanted sheets, remove the unwanted columns, and use context filter. Okay, these 4 points.
Yeah.
Okay. And this one, and we talk about like, this one, and what else questions these guys have asked? Do you have anything?
That's
Or
what she
because
that's what she
okay,
asked,
just
because
okay,
she asked just 2-3 questions. I said like we will connect one more time, so I don't have time. So
okay,
that's what
great.
the main question she asked. That's what,
Okay,
like
you have
basic
the
interview
answer, right?
questions. They'll ask anything else.
They might ask, like as you said, like uh, uh, they might ask one more question. As you said, like the tablet desktop is a developer, and this is the where like you are developing things, right? It's a one,
Yeah.
and there is an option
Hmm.
to server. We didn't talk about the server part. Maybe I can just give an introduction about this other two friends. Okay,
Yeah.
one is
Yeah.
like Tableau Cloud and Tableau Server. Okay, what these two
Okay.
friends will do is like, Tableau Server. For example, you created a dashboard. Okay,
Hmm.
and if you want to share this dashboard to your organization, okay, because you created your dashboard and you want to share this dashboard to like, a lot of people's for using it for their data discovery, or like, data ones.
Hmm.
What usually we need is like, we cannot save this file and share to everyone, right? you know
Yeah.
there's a lot of difficulties will be there, because they might need an access to this data sources, and data source will not be available. It's kind of like, cranky way to do it. Okay, so that's a
Hmm.
concept of comes with like, Tableau server. So what there is like, they have one certain server which is hosted in your organization. Okay, that's called a physical
Okay.
servers. How our laptops are there. We have our RAM, we have our hard disk and everything, right? Like this,
Yeah.
you have a physical servers which will be placed in the organization, in our organization. Okay,
Okay.
to in that server we install called Tableau server. Okay, so what the Tableau server will help is like, we'll deploy this Tableau desktop dashboard. Basically, what are the dashboard we created, we will deploy to the server. Okay, and that server will give you a link. Okay, that basically fundamentally one URL. Okay, and you can share that URL to the users of whatever the users they want to see the dashboard, they can see by using that URL. Okay,
Gotcha.
so that's the option of this Tableau server. Okay, we'll do it.
Hmm.
And what is this Tableau Cloud will do is like, it's a bit different. Is like, the Tableau server, whatever is like you need a physical server to be in your organization. Okay, to be, you need to set up your all the servers, like, you need to set up your RAM, hard disk and everything to maintain your servers. Okay, and the Tableau Cloud is like, Tableau will give you a space to deploy. Okay, and your organization needs to pay only for the space what we are using for the dashboards. Okay, all this maintenance and all this, this details and everything will be taken by the Tableau itself. Tableau Cloud itself,
Oh,
Tableau Cloud team itself. Okay, and we don't want to
yeah.
maintain this, because when you go for a physical server, we need an admin to maintain all the network, all this, a hard disk, a RAM, and deleting all the logs, and these are like a lot of stuff. Basically, there's a maintenance work will be there. Okay, And to reduce that one, they have come up with a Tableau Cloud. Tableau Cloud, which have like spaces. Okay, same. About like Azure Cloud and AWS Cloud and all, right? Why all the people are moving to cloud? Because they don't want the
Mhm.
physical server to be sitting in their organization. Okay,
Okay.
because we need a people to maintain, and we need a people to enlarge that server. Because for example, now the data will be like 1 TB. Okay, and tomorrow your product is good and is selling like more, you might need like more like 2 TBs or 3 TBs of data will be coming on a daily basis. Okay, think like Facebook, Twitter and all. Okay, they might have like a lot of data are coming in, right? And if you keep the physical server in an organization, every time you need to remove the hard disk and you need to put your new hard disk. Every time, this will be like maintenance will be very hard, right? That's why all the people are moving to cloud now. The Azure or AWS, they'll deploy all the applications in the cloud, and they can use it at anywhere, and they can enlarge, or at any point of time. Only thing is like, whatever the usability, whatever the usage you're going to do, you're going to pay for that, right? The same thing the Tableau Cloud will do. Okay, they'll give you a space, you can deploy it, your dashboard. Okay, and whatever you're going to use for the space, you're going to pay for the Tableau Cloud. Okay, so basically, the Tableau Cloud and Tableau Server will do the same thing. Only the difference is like Tableau Server is on premises, like in on premises, like it will be hosted in your organization, and it's a physical server. And Tableau Cloud is nothing but it's a cloud based server. You don't want to do your maintenance, the Tableau team will do all your maintenance. Okay,
Yeah.
this is two ones. As I mentioned, like uh, two friends, one is Tableau Public and Tableau Desktop, and one is Tableau Server and Tableau Cloud. Okay,
Tableau
and
Cloud.
what question they'll ask here, what question they might ask is like, as it's like you are a Tableau developer or not. They'll ask it, always ask like you might be used only Tableau Desktop and Tableau Public. Okay, mostly Tableau Desktop. Okay, because this Tableau
Okay.
Server or Tableau Online will be the different role. It's called Tableau Server Admin. Okay,
Okay.
and they'll always
Like normally
they'll always
developers, they don't use Server and Tableau Cloud.
they will use a server to just to deploy the dashboards.
Okay.
All right, you have an option here. You can connect they'll have a server link will be there, they can connect it and they can
Mm-hmm.
deploy this dashboard. Okay, but all the
Okay.
maintenance and all the work, cleaning and everything, the Tableau developers will not do in the server. Okay, that is called the Tableau Server Admin will do.
Okay.
Okay. For example, it's like if
Mm-hmm.
they need a more memory in the Tableau server, because now you might push only the 20 or 25 dashboards, but in future you are pushing like 100 dashboards, right? And your memory will be
Mm-hmm.
like, you already have like only of one TB of memory. All the 20 dashboards is taking like 1 TB. Still, you want to push like 40 more dashboards. Still, you cannot able to store that in Tableau server, right? So the developer will not go and increase that memory. The server admin will go and increase the memory there. Okay, that's a difference actually between this Tableau servers and Tableau desktop ones. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this all like the work usually is a developer will do, like creating a charts, creating a dashboards, and deploy to the user, and user will see this those informations. And still a lot
Mm-hmm.
of technical, a lot of more technical features are there in inside the Tableau. But for your entry purpose, I would say it's like for the very basic one, it will be like this kind of like, mostly I think we could have covered everything. One is like think like what version we have used, and
Mm-hmm.
and what is the latest version, and you can see the difference between these two. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
And story points, live connection and extract connection, think about that,
Yeah.
because they might ask this
Yeah.
question, and how you do your performance improvement, and this type of questions you'll ask. And
Mm-hmm.
and we talk about like story and dashboards and everything. I think, yeah, this is a pretty basic what questions they'll ask while you're asking on about the tableaus.
Yeah.
Do you have like any specific doubts? Maybe we can discuss that one.
Yeah. For now, like I don't know much about Tableau to ask doubts also. Maybe I have to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
little
if you want
study
to
on
go
it
like in a
before
little bit
going to the
technical,
interview.
yeah. All right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for the basics, like maybe for the first round, I would say is like they'll ask like very basic, like what version you have used and how you used it, that Excel, and what type of data and what type of dashboards you have created of that information they might be used, they might be asked. But if they
Mm-hmm.
want to recruit only for the Tableau role, you need to learn like more technical perspectives in Tableau.
Yeah, yeah. I'll do little study upon it. Like you
Sure,
said,
sure.
like on what dashboards you used, right? What I can tell for that?
Still saying is like one of the dashboards is like for example for your used for Bank of America, right? One is like
Mm-hmm.
usually the dashboard is like you can tell saying is like the loan summary dashboards, okay, and
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
customer alerts dashboards, and
Okay.
the loan repayment dashboards, okay. These are all the different dashboards you can name, and you can tell saying is
Okay.
like some of the KPIs under this each and everything. For example, like loan details dashboards, like you can tell say like how many loans today the users have opted for, okay, and how many users are from like different regions, and how many users
Okay.
are from like countries, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go depth saying is like how many users loans are applied, and how many loans are approved, okay. What is the
Approved.
difference between
Mm-hmm.
upload and approved, okay. These are the difference for the loan details, okay. And when go for
Mm-hmm.
like the customer alert details, for example, the customer might be complaining and saying is like kind of like alerts will be there. They may tell saying is like I have paid the loan repayment, but in your system it might
Mm-hmm.
be reflected saying is like it's not paid, okay. So you can compare saying is like how many tickets have created on a daily basis, and how many tickets are solved on daily basis for the loan repayment, and those informations, okay. And
Okay,
when
gotcha.
comes to this like yeah, how many loans are still pending in different regions, and which cross the
Mm-hmm.
SLAs. For example, like your deadline will be on 10th, okay, but still you
Mm-hmm.
didn't pay that that amount, still the deadline is like now it's like 15th of November, still saying is like how many users are not, how many users are red, okay. So that it will help
Mm-hmm.
the people to go and ask them is like why this not repayment, and what is the issues, and they can fix that issues, right? So this type of dashboard, I'm just giving in broader examples, and you can put in a
Yeah.
way like you can small KPIs and everything.
Ye-
So this type
Yeah.
of the information you can get into the
Yeah.
dashboards.
At least I got a little knowledge on it. At least I can manage.
Perfect, great.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
No worries. And
Anything
let
else?
me know on the basic side, and if you have like any specific
Mm.
questions, we can go forward but if you need like any help on it, you can ask the team at any time, okay, and we'll be get back. I guess able to hear me.
For now, I'm good. I don't know your name actually.
Oh, is it, I know you want my name to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, usually usually we'll not share the names,
Yeah. Okay.
as your
That's
friends.
fine. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. For telling thank you, I just asked you.
No
It was
worries,
a
yeah,
good class actually.
thank you.
Yeah. I'll do
Yeah,
little study on it so that I can prepare a little bit for it.
sure,
But you
sure,
gave
let
me
me
a
know
lot of
like
information.
perfect. If it is helpful for
Yeah.
you, it's a great, yeah. And
Yeah.
just see is like if you need any information, let the team knows, and we'll get in catch. Maybe if I can try to solve, put your answers in a chat, or if you want to connect right back, tell the team we'll do it.
Like, do you have any sheet at least with questions like you can share to me
Yes, I can share. I have
on the
like some of
based
the
on?
Tableau questions. Yes, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Let me
That
share.
may be helpful to me.
Perfect. I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That's the main thing I require.
Perfect. Yes, it might be have
Yeah.
like more technical little bit, but it have a, like
Yeah,
more
that's fine.
technical
Even
little bit.
even when I get time, at least I'll prepare on it.
Okay,
It will
perfect.
be useful in future too.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I'll share this
Yeah.
to you. Yeah.
Sure.
I'll put
Sure.
it there. Okay.
Yeah. If not, at least you
Oh,
can share to Satish so that he can share me.
yeah. I can share to Satish.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll have a one PPT. Let me search for the PPT. That's whatever we talk about, like the friends and buddies, right?
Yeah.
That will little bit give like more information on it, and have like a Tableau architecture will be that in the PPT. Okay, I'll share the
Okay.
PPT to you also. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and, that will be helpful for you.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
great, good. All the best. Okay. Okay, and let me know.
Yeah. Okay then. Thank you so much. Yeah. If I have any doubts on it, I'll message to Satish.
Sure.
You can help me.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Have a great day.
You too.
Yeah. Bye bye.